Whoa, everybody. Hero. I need a hero. I hope it's not a hero. Good night. So be strong.
So Herschel literally just destroyed all the animals morning. But then the exterminator shows up and the animals happen. RJ escapes and returns the food to the bear, but then decides to change his plan to save the animals. And then we get this amazing fight scene with the bear, the animals, and the exterminator. In the end, this crackhead squirrel saves the day and the exterminator gets arrested. Honestly, I had way more fun in this movie than I'd like to admit. The characters are so stupid, but they honestly all make up for it with how good they timed the story. DreamWorks, please make a sequel to this movie. Okay, I might be a little more biased in my opinion. Just for the fact that I used to watch this movie as a kid non-stop every day. But anyways, Flushed Away is still a great movie. Aside from the human animation that is like. This movie's about this rat called Rodney who gets flushed down a toilet by the other rat. So then he gets stranded in an underground rat city. He meets this rat girl and also these evil frogs. It's also revealed that the evil frogman plan was to flood the entirety of the rat city during the halftime of the FIFA World Cup final when all the humans use their toilets.
When everyone goes to the toilet, the whole city will be flushed away. He said it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. This movie, along with all the other Aardman movies, is very British. Like, extremely British.
Good morning, good.
So then Roddy returns and defeats the evil frogs, freezing the giant wave in the process and saving the rat city. For the most part, I thought that this was a pretty creative movie. I also sort of get how this was Aardman's attempt at trying to incorporate their stop-motion films into 3D. Because without 3D, this wouldn't have been possible. But I also feel like it loses a lot of that stop-motion charm. Not that the animation is bad, of course, aside from the humans, but I just prefer stop-motion. Other than that, this is still a pretty enjoyable art film. A tier. Shrek the Third was sort of a letdown for me. I don't know what it is about this movie, but it just didn't hit as hard as any of the other Shrek movies. This movie follows after Shrek 2, with Shrek and Fiona being king and queen, and Shrek not wanting anything to do with it. So then Shrek, along with Donkey and Puss, set off to find the next heir, who turns out to be someone called Arthur. And despite this kid literally being destined to be the next king, it turns out he's a huge loser with no friends. Also, while this was happening, all of the fairy tale villains, including Prince Charming, decided to team up and rule over far, far away. Shrek then gets captured by the bad guys, and then Arthur gives an inspirational speech or whatever, which somehow works and saves the day. And then Shrek and Fiona have kids, and the end. Yeah, this movie was not very good. Usually every single character in these Shrek movies are pretty likable, but throughout this movie I just sort of had a burning hatred for Arthur's character. Other than that, the story was weak, the writing didn't feel all too fleshed out, and the jokes were forgettable. B tier. B-Movie is actually a good movie, and no, I am not being sarcastic. Even though this movie has quite the awkward premise, I found it one of the funniest DreamWorks movies ever. So on to the plot. This movie is about this bee called Barry Seinfeld, who decides to not get a job as a bee because he didn't want to work a mundane office job for the rest of his life. Instead, he then decides to go out of the hive and actually talk to humans. He somehow develops a close relationship to this girl and then proceeds to sue humans for
Cool. Who voted for?
This
Hi. Goodbye, guys.